Hi guys, it's Janet. I have Shone Gipson with me from the New Orleans Saints. Shone, I can't imagine how busy it is right now, so thank you for joining me. First question to you. It's currently one day after the elections, and with everything that's going on in current events, what are your thoughts and feelings?
Well, look, it's been trying, and to be honest, we've been paying attention to the election here in our athletic training room, just like I think everybody else. Um, I will say it's a little bit disappointing with some things, as I feel like our country is a little bit divided right now, and I think with the current state of affairs, Joe Biden, it looks like, is getting ready to be elected. The next president of our country. And so, to be honest, I'm really happy that, we're putting some of this behind us with a lot of things that have been going on with race relations and the economy. And I'm just glad that we're going to put a lot of this behind us and hopefully move forward as a country.
So being an athletic trainer, how has race impacted or affected your career?
Well, listen, I'll be honest, it's impacted my career immensely. I was very fortunate growing up, especially as an African-American athletic trainer, not having many role models, someone who looked like me and who I could really lean on. And, Ronnie Barnes at the New York Giants, who I did my internship for, really has been a mentor for me and shaped me as an athletic trainer. And, in our league, in the NFL, I think, the fact that I am a minority athletic trainer, look, it's impacted me with our players greatly. And I tell people, I think it's been productive. I think some of our players, they see somebody that looks like them, who can understand them, have some of the same tough conversations about, our race and our background. So, it's been productive, but, athletic training obviously was not a very, 20, 25 years ago, was not a very diverse a field as it is today. And like I said, I think it's been great for me. It's been great, an opportunity for me to really relate to my players. And I do think that moving forward, I think race and diversity and inclusion is going to become a big part of the profession.
So when you were with the Buffalo Bills, you were one of the first teams to have female interns with you. From then to now, what are your impressions and what are your thoughts?
Well, we were the second team. Pittsburgh was the first. And one of my good friends, Rico Iso, who was, obviously Rico was the first female in the NFL and who I'm still good friends with till today, this day. And, it was important to me to make sure that we got the best candidates for positions. And we didn't want to exclude anybody. And at the time, I was the assistant athletic trainer at the Buffalo Bills when we did that. And I went to my boss and asked the question, look, are you okay with us bringing in the best candidates? Male, female, black, white, doesn't matter. Sexual orientation, doesn't matter. We want the best people. And look, over 50% of the profession was female. And we took that on, and I'm telling you, I couldn't be more proud of today to see so many young women in the profession, in my league, in the National Football League. I look at people like Sonia at Pittsburgh, and I look at individuals like Carrie down at Jacksonville, and it goes on and on. There's so many female athletic trainers in our league, and I think pushing the envelope for me was big. I never wanted to. I wanted our team to be seen as progressive and bringing in the best people to be athletic trainers.
So I personally have always been curious, was there any resistance from the players or any of the staff when you brought on the female athletic trainers?
Well, so I'll tell you this, we never had any resistance, but I think we had to have some conversations with our front office before, because it was, listen, it had really never been done, right? And look, I am as honest and candid and have those conversations is, I think there was some concern with, look, a lot of people, the only thing they remembered about female athletic trainers was Peyton Manning's situation at the University of Tennessee. And they remembered that situation and how badly it turned out. And so, you know what, we're just going to mitigate that, and we're not going to do it. We're just going to keep everything status quo, and we're not going to upset the apple cart. But I will tell you at the time that, and I give him a lot of credits for this, Mike Malarkey, who was our head coach in Buffalo at the time, was very supportive. And to be honest, I think it makes it a lot easier when you have coaches and front office individuals who have daughters. And you never want to limit opportunities for individuals. And man, I'm so proud of the athletic training students that we brought into Buffalo and what they're doing now. I mean, I look at Tamaria Hollis, who's at Michigan State working football. And I look at, a couple of our students who are in Division I athletics now. And we have a couple of people who are athletic trainers and nurse practitioners. And, I couldn't be, I'm so proud of what they've done. And, what we did in Buffalo, we've carried on over here at the Saints. Like, I think myself and Bo Lowry and Ben Stolberg, our assistant head athletic trainer, and Ben handles, I give all of our resumes to him. And I think people think that as a head athletic trainer, you don't have time to look at those things, but I look at every resume that comes across, everyone. And to this point, I think Ben's got a spreadsheet going. I think we've got about 500. And we've only hired half right now, but of our summer students, I think 3 are female candidates right now. So, we want the best people, and we want to be progressive in that. And so I'm really excited about it. I could talk about that all day.
And just personally speaking, I was telling a student the other day when I was a student, and it wasn't that long ago, I graduated 2011, that the aspiration of being in the NFL, there was no representation. So the thought of that even being a possibility didn't even cross my mind. Didn't even think that, like, I'm going to be an NFL athletic trainer. But now, like this past Super Bowl, seeing Tiffany on the sideline and female coaches, I was like, this is incredible. So I do thank you for the work that you put in with the Bills.
Well, anytime. Thank you.
So speaking of role models and mentorship, you mentioned Ronnie Barnes. What were some of the first things that you needed to contact him for advice for?
Well, oh man. So I will tell you this. Ronnie Barnes and I, Ronnie Barnes was the first African-American athletic trainer in the NFL. And so I said to myself, man, if I ever had the opportunity to work for him one day, and I was very fortunate to get an internship with him. This is my 18th year in the NFL and my first year as a head athletic trainer here at the Saints. I talk to Ronnie Barnes every day. And he is a mentor, he is a friend, but early on in my career as a young athletic trainer, especially as a young head athletic trainer, man, I leaned on him for a lot of situations, dealing with coaches, how to deal with players, how a lot of administrative questions, our head coach here in New Orleans is a Bill Parcells disciple. And Ronnie and Bill Parcells are good friends, and Coach Payton worked with Ronnie in New York. So I lean on him for a lot of those questions as it relates to dealing with the coach, injuries, administrative situations, even to this day right now with COVID. But I will tell you the best advice I got from him was in 2000, 2000. And I was in my summer internship, and I asked him, man, I want to work in the National Football League one day. If you were going to give, and I was in graduate school at the time, if you're going to give advice to anybody, what's the best advice you can give me? And he said, well, I want to give you three things. He goes, you need to work hard. You need to be a good person. And you need to know your numbers. And I never realized what he said when he meant you have to know your numbers. And as I got older, we would start talking, and basically it comes down to, look, you need to know your players inside and out. In business, because he got I think Ronnie got it when he was at Michigan State, he decided to take some business classes, and it was all about knowing your numbers. Well, he goes, in athletic training, your numbers are your players and their injuries. There should never be a time someone should come and ask you a question about one of your players, and you need to be able to give them an answer. And I've taken that to heart here. Not that I can disclose any of it, but if you ask me about Drew Brees or Taysom Hill or Alvin Kamara, like when I got here, I delved into each one of our players. And so those things he's been great about. Personally, having gone through a lot of things, he has been great with my family, giving me some advice and support, and really focusing on, 95% of the stuff that we do, we're really good at and we have down. He kind of preaches about the other 5%, right? Like because there's always going to be 5% that you could get better at and that you could focus on. And he was really big on giving me that advice. Look, some of this he probably doesn't even remember, but because it was so long ago. But I've taken that to heart and tried to live it.
Moving forward with the profession of athletic training, what do you think our next big issues are going to be?
Oh man, well, I will tell you that I am. It concerns me a little bit in the profession about education reform. I know we went to the new master's program and some of those things, and people who, especially students who are doing internships, and a lot of people who know me know I love students and I love educating as much as I can. This job limits you sometimes, but I am a little bit hesitant on. I haven't bought fully into the new master's program. And look, part of that to me is because as a minority student, I actually think it hurts minority students, because you're asking a student who is, at the undergraduate level, and, kids would have to go through undergrad. You would finish your undergraduate degree. You would, pay for school, have the opportunity to go to graduate school, get that paid for, have your ATC to really focus on your skill and on your craft, get a job and move forward. And I think, Jen, that's probably how you went through. Some people go through accredited master's programs, all those things, but I have a hard time because I think kids who want to go 5 and 2 or 5 and 3, whichever the master's programs are, those are tough on kids from inner city schools and who really have a desire to work in sports medicine and work in athletic training, to have 8 years of schooling and having to pay for it, especially a lot of people in single family homes. So that's a big thing for me. I think, I think diversity and inclusion in athletic training has got to get better. Okay. And look, I'm on here and I know it's a recording and I know a lot of my friends are probably going to watch, but I pull no punches. Look, I think I had a friend of mine who who works in the NFL and who works as a head trainer, uh, and who told me once that, man, we are really, we're really trying to, the minority scholarship, we weren't able to use it this year because, man, we didn't have enough people apply, and we couldn't, get them to apply for the positions. And I'll be honest, I was round and round and probably almost lost my friendship with them over, because I think we have an obligation, and I say this to NBA teams, I say it to NFL teams, I say it to collegiate programs. It's an excuse. And I really feel like people need, if you want minority candidates, you need to go out and search for them. That's what we did in Buffalo. That's what we have done here in New Orleans. We put an emphasis on finding minority candidates. And people who give the excuse that, well, we couldn't find anybody or they wouldn't apply, you search for them. I'm candid about it because I'm passionate about it. And I'll mention them by name because I want people to fully understand what I mean by search fire. The NFL has had the minority scholarship for a very long time. And we always didn't get resumes from, a lot of the schools. We got some from historically Black colleges, we got some, but a lot of those programs didn't have curriculums. And we wanted to be able to move forward to have certified individuals that we could put out into the world of athletic training. And I'm honest with you, we searched for them. And Daryl Nelson, who's an assistant at the New England Patriots right now, Daryl didn't send me a resume. I called TCU and searched and wanted to find the best people. Pierre Nesbitt at the University of Michigan, same thing. We went and called the program directors and said, look, we are looking for good, hardworking minority candidates, male, female, whoever. We want some of the best. Do you have any of those people, and can they send their resumes to us so that we can vet them? Billy Langston, who's at the Detroit Lions as an assistant, all those individuals, you have to be willing to work at it. And I wonder sometimes if, I don't know if everybody is that way, but in saying this, I'm not begrudging people. I'm telling you, the NFL has done an amazing job. He doesn't handle the minority scholarship program anymore, but I know that, when I originally started with this, Steve Kennelly and Britt Brown, Steve's at the Giants, Britt Brown at the Cowboys, they did a phenomenal job. And I think it's getting better. I used to take 3 minority scholarships in Buffalo because I wanted to make a point that we wanted minority candidates. So it was important, and I think it still is, and it's gotten a lot better.
Definitely something so near and dear to my heart as the Georgia rep now.
Exactly.
Especially moving from, California to the South, like it's so glaringly obvious. And
right.
And like I said, I love what you do. I love talking to you. Anyway,
Good.
Last thing. Shone, your closing statement, the next couple minutes for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, me? Oh, so just a closing statement about, well, look, I think, man, look, athletic training is a amazing profession. I think it is been progressive. I think we are going to progress and we're going to move forward. I think a lot of the things going on right now between race relations and our country and I think, look, a lot of those things we still do have within our realm of athletic training. But the one thing that I'm so proud of is I think our profession and the people in our profession have been so forward thinking and so inclusive that you know, a lot of the things I hear about, look, they still do. We have some of this within our profession, but boy, we have our profession has taken the bull by the horns and really tried to do a good job of being respectful of everyone in the association's position. You know, Tori Lindley talks about, you know, the NATA. I thought they did an amazing job with Black Lives Matter and was open and had forums about it and conversations, and EDAC and what EDAC has done to have forums. And so I think it's going to do nothing but get better. I think, to your point, I'm so proud of where we've come from a minority standpoint and a female standpoint, and everything in general. So it's been great. And I guess I can leave it at that. But no, very proud of where we've gone to, where we've come from, and where we're going.
Shone, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.